Yeah, the shit finally stopped. Now I'm getting like 2 followers every few minutes.
Mm.
10 followers. So yeah, it's done.
That's
Let me
crazy.
see where I fucking met that stupid video maxed out at too. 52, about 53 million.
Mm. That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
You're ready when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You did the mic check?
Yeah, I'm checking you guys all the time.
Perfect.
Oh.
Just give me a clap.
Oh, I gotta do the clap now?
Yeah, I know. Time change.
Oh shit. Oh, there we go. This thing is kind of low. Hold on. Ugh.
Hold on, let's get that as low.
Yeah, I gotta take a photo of us.
I was doing this so it doesn't
Over
block
here.
your face.
Oh, we're taking a photo real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking, let me see, selfie this thing real quick on time, 10 seconds.
Mm.
I'll post that, give you a shout out. Nice, sounds good.
That's cool with the time.
Yes, sir.
You know where I pick you up.
Oh, hell yeah, that's a great photo.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that came out good.
Mm-hmm.
That came out good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you had me there for a reason like that. Okay. I thought you couldn't.
That way it doesn't block your face.
Oh, okay.
All right. Give me a clap one more time.
Oh, okay. See?
See one last thing.
It's all good.
All right, there we go. That's what
See, that was your fault. Not my fault. Clap again or?
Yeah, I know you good.
Como va and welcome to the season premiere of the Super P Podcast. Season number 5. It is I, Polo Parata, with a friend of mine's. But yeah, we're going to get into this new season, new guest, and we're going to start it off with the one and the only Free Humanity.
Greetings from Los Angeles.
So how you do?
Happy to be here in New York. Happy to be chilling with the fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, welcome back to New York. Because last time you was here, we chilled. I think we went to the Cause exhibit. Went to another exhibit like around the corner.
Yeah, we went to a bunch of actually little
You know?
galleries in like
Yeah.
an hour and a half. We hit a bunch of little galleries
Yeah.
at like Park Avenue.
Did
That
a
was
lot
fun.
of extracurriculum activities.
Yeah, that shit was good.
I think my daughter was there.
Yeah, that's right. That's
You
good.
know?
Oh man, it's so good to expose. This is what I've heard.
Yeah.
That if you never take your kid to a museum,
Mhm.
that they are so unlikely to ever visit museums later on in their life. And even if you take the kids to a museum like a couple times in their lives, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let alone a couple times a year,
Mhm.
that it just stays with them forever. And they're literally always going to museums and checking out art for the rest of their life.
She's been to quite a few museums and openings and, you know,
That's
bless
good
her
for the
little
kid,
heart.
man, dude. Yeah, dude, it plants great seeds, dude.
So let's talk about you, dude. So how long have you been doing art? And kind of tell the audience what type of art you do, what type of artist you are.
I've always been playing with art, but like the last 12, 13 years is when I started this Free Humanity campaign
Mhm.
and started hitting the streets in the LA, Hollywood area pretty hard.
Mhm.
And it only took about a couple years for it to gain traction and for me to start making a living off of it, which was pretty nice.
Right. So what does the whole Free Humanity thing stand for? Like, what does it mean?
I mean, Free Humanity is just basically about elevating like people's concept of borders and races, you know what I mean? Because we're all like we're all the same humanity, and if you can't have one nation that exploits another nation, you know what I mean? In this society, I mean, you can't, we have that. We have capitalism where other nations exploit people. There's division through countries, and these divisions are because of labor and slave labor. And this is how first world nations work. You know what I mean? So Free Humanity is this concept of trying to break down the idea of borders and people, and about basic rights of like, of right to housing, right to free education, right to free healthcare, which we are all supposed to have,
Right.
but our government spends all our money on war. So it's, I like to tell people that like America spends $100 billion on police a year, and it would take about 32 to like $40 billion a year to end homelessness, and another 32 billion to put every single human being in college in America for free. And we still got money left over.
Right.
But we spend $100 billion on police. Police solve like a fraction of like crimes, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's kind of the idea, you know what I mean? It's this idea that we're all the same, and not just like people, but I'm also about animal rights, and I believe animals are entitled to the same rights as humans. And that's like my idea that I always try to bring across with my art.
So it's basically your ideal spill onto the canvas, or what?
Yeah, I'm trying to like. Well, it like started from long walks in downtown Los Angeles, and like the wheat pasting scene was just kind of starting to grow around 2008, 2009. There was actually only 7-8 dudes around at the time, and I thought I had something to say too. You know what I mean? And I took my shot at it and was extremely prolific. Got extremely addicted to getting up. So I think that played in part to me getting noticed and being able to make a living from it.
You remember the first time, like, what was the first time that someone noticed your
Oh man,
art?
dude, I to be honest, it took like about a year, you know what I mean? And then I somehow just was out in the streets of Hollywood doing some stuff, and I would always be checking like the street art blogs because those were real popular at the time. It was like, before Exit Through the Gift Shop, before people even knew like what street art was. People weren't even looking around really. So I popped up on some like really cool street art blog and was like so excited,
Right. And
it was motivating at that time.
And then that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I was more addicted to getting up, but I think that was definitely a start to a bunch of things that led to a bunch of other things. And like in 2011, which is kind of what like secured me as an international artist. Right. I'm still into conceptual art. So what I did in around 2010, 2011 is I had these apple grenades. I put them on this tree, took a photo of it. They got on a couple art blogs, and I was like super hyped about that. I left one apple grenade there, hoping that some art fan would find it, you know what I mean? Take an art piece home. I was selling them at the galleries, like they were blowing up. And according to the news, the newscaster said that that some homeless guy saw this apple grenade, called the cops. The cops called the SWAT team. The SWAT team called the bomb squad. And then the Channel 7 ABC like news arrived, and then like the bomb squad pulled out like a bomb squad robot and blew up this like apple grenade because they thought it was like a real grenade. But and they were filming it like through the helicopter. So like I kind of like blew up internationally, and people were like, "Oh my God, you're an art terrorist! It's amazing!" You know what I mean? They later found out that it was actually an art project. So they had major crimes and this other thing called the Criminal Conspiracy Investigation Committee looking for me, following my family. For about 3 or 4 months, I think they tried to exhaust all their leads, and luckily that blew over. But in 2011, I'd even had shows in London in 2010 for street art, but that kind of solidified this like, I was like, one of those, I've had so many like ups and downs with popularity, but that was like this first huge international jump. And you could just type in Google, free humanity, apple grenade, and all kinds of crazy ass articles come up about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's a little interesting story that old school fans, they know about that stuff.
So where do you see yourself now? Like what level are you at now?
I mean, at the moment, I'm just like, I'm a public artist. I get to paint murals. I'm doing art shows here, there. Like my goal is more public art installations and less murals. And That's kind of where I'm trying to go. But you know, at the moment, I have a lot of opportunities, and I'm just grateful and just trying to take advantage of whatever love comes my way and give a lot of love back.
So what's like your favorite like art to do? I know you do installations, you do, you know what I'm saying, little stuff, big stuff. Like what's your
Oh man, to be honest, it's like
was it all- you
I
like it
blow
all?
with the wind because
Yeah.
like I'm a prolific oil painter too, and like sometimes I can oil paint for like years at a time. You know what I mean? But I tend to sell more of the like colorful heart spray paint stuff. So like it's a little back and forth, and I really just kind of like blow with the wind.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like recently, I just started making collages because
Yeah.
I've had a little less time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been at the art studio and at home less. I've been doing a lot of other stuff. So just collages have been working out. They've been a lot of fun.
So
you know
has
what I
that
mean?
been a staple of yours? Like the colorful collage stuff? Like
Yeah, well, colorful hearts has been like the staple for like 12 years. You know what I mean? Which I always try to incorporate in everything, even in the collages.
right.
You know?
Yeah, because I've seen you did like what was that one? Like you did like a big installation. I don't know where it was at. I don't know what state it was. It was huge.
Oh, like the 4-story mural.
Yeah.
That was in Lynn, Massachusetts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that.
It was for a really cool mural festival called Beyond Walls. And I painted two things. I painted a big 4-story building.
Yeah.
And that was another one of these like can popping things that went viral. I made a video for that, and that kind of blew me up. It got shared all over. And I also did another mural for them that was an abstract one where it was just strictly can popping.
Right.
And I've also, like I said, made like those those can popping videos just always blow up.
So is
for
that
some
like
reason.
a hard thing to do? Like do a 4-story building or? Like,
I mean, like with the hearts thing, it's pretty easy. You know what I mean? If there's like letters and words, those things take more time. Like in 2020, I was invited to go to Albany to do a 4-story photorealistic mural. And then the pandemic, like they couldn't bring like outside artists in. So they brought me in like 2021 at the end of the year. But then they changed the wall and they actually just wanted like a positive quote and like some hearts, you know what I mean?
Right.
Which is way less work for me. But I think that's kind of what people tend to like a little more. It's like something meaningful, you know, and something colorful.
Right.
Even more than the images, you know?
Right.
So somehow I've just leaned towards that because that's what people have asked for.
Yeah, because I mean, bro, because I mean, I like the thing I like about what you do too is like I like the videos, like how you'll show somebody like a blank wall and you'll start like mad fast, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, these people are here. It's like an event, and then you even go to like when it's over,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh well, this is it, and then you kind of show that too, you know.
Yeah.
I like how you show the whole off like 4 stages of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
a lot
I mean,
of artists don't do that.
I like to show the process of the making. I think it kind of is a little interesting sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not always. Sometimes I'm just like finished product.
Right.
But
So how did you deal with COVID? I mean, you know.
oh man, I'm pretty isolated to begin with.
Right.
So like, I even think most artists are like this. You know what I mean? Like, COVID wasn't even anything. Like I was just grinding, making art anyway.
Yeah, you probably got busier, right?
It was really odd, man. My most successful time of my entire art career started at COVID. And I think it's literally because just people weren't able to take trips.
Right.
So they had so much money. And people, when you have so much money, you just get this itch that you need to spend it.
Right.
Like I spent 10 grand on 3 paintings from this amazing oil painter muralist, Drew Merritt, because I couldn't take a trip. I had a bunch of money and I was like, I want to buy something. So I think that helped for a lot of artists. I know a lot of artists that actually sold a lot of art during the pandemic.
So, but for you didn't have a problem with the whole
No, I mean,
COVID, the mask thing.
No, I was pretty isolated as is, and I think me and my girl at the time took like a trip. I live in Cali, and we took a trip up the coast.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like it was pretty chill.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like some towns like they didn't care about the masks, and some towns did, and it was cool. It was
For a lot of like, you know, like graph artists, for instance, they love the time when COVID time, because you could like really get busy.
That's true. That's true.
And there's like no cops around.
That's true. I could imagine, you
You
know?
could really get busy.
I was like more busy just grinding at home because I was just getting so many people asking for work that I literally didn't have time to barely even go outside. So I was like isolated. You know, even pre-COVID, I was like grinding, making like paintings 10 hours a day, like 6-7 days a week. I was just so inspired for like a year and a half.
Yeah, but how do you balance that? Because I know like you're a busy guy when it comes to like, you know, paintings.
Dude, sometimes I just say no to everything, dude. And I'm like, I just do whatever I want to do.
So you just say no?
Nah, I don't care sometimes.
No, that's
like,
good because you got to have a work-life balance.
Well, it's like it's also like about like this mental health thing. Like you got to do what makes you happy. You know what I mean? Because if you're always doing what other people want you to do, you know what I mean? Like even if it's for money, like it's not worth it sometimes. Like I've been invited to go to like Bali, you know what I mean? To like go paint a mural, but like I wasn't feeling it at the time. I wanted to do something else and I didn't feel like going and just being out by myself at the time. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to pass on that.
That's so important, bro.
You know, and just do what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like I'm financially stable enough where I can do whatever I want to do. Unless some big project comes along and it has to be done, you know, super quick and it's worth my time, I'll say yeah, you know.
Have you delved into the whole NFT craze?
Not a little. I made one NFT because somebody actually prepaid me to do it. So, and that was the only one. So, but the NFT thing is more like the 1%ers get to like take advantage of that hype. You know what I mean? Like if you're not like a mega star, like the Beeple dude, you know what I mean? Or other dudes. And then not only that, there's also been a bunch of stuff that has come out saying that like 90% of those sales are all fake. Like Wikipedia doesn't list NFTs as an actual art. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a lot of other things involved in it that like, art is all smoke and mirrors to begin with. You know what I mean? The way art careers are made are super shiesty. You know what I mean? So like something new coming out like is even more smoke and mirrors, man. Like I always tell people, art brings in more money than anything else in the world. More than sports, more than anything, dude. And it is the least regulated industry in the world, dude. Oldest business, least regulated. Wherever there's a lot of money, wherever there's no regulation, tons of corruption, man. You're talking with auction houses, with galleries, with museums, just to build up prices and build up art careers. So it's like, it's all smoke and mirrors, man. So like, you can't believe the hype. You cannot believe the hype. Unless you're 100% certain, like, oh, I love this artist. He's destined for a great career. I want to buy this art because I'm investing in this artist and this art I love. You know what I mean? Support this guy and his way up to his career.
Yeah, we were just talking about that with our friend Danny Cortez. You know what I'm saying? We had a similar conversation.
About smoke and mirrors?
Yeah, about smoke and mirrors.
Everything's smoke and mirrors,
like,
man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
everything is smoke and mirrors.
But that makes sense, bro, like that.
And that's from me making a living for 12 years. You know what I mean? Like, I know how it all works, man.
No, but as with anything, like you said, if it's not regulated, it's going to be some smoke, and then it's going to be some fire.
Yeah, dude.
And there's going to be some more.
Yeah. And then, like, you don't really know what is real. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the beauty of the art world too. I love it.
Yeah, I mean you're a veteran of it, so
I don't. Man.
You know how to traverse those rough waters. I would say.
Yeah. Well, somewhat. You know what I mean. So far, so good.
But I see you at a Are you also doing merch now? Or?
No, I like mostly just make.
Like one-on-ones?
Shirts for me, or like if somebody really asks me, like they're like, oh, I really like this piece. Like, do you have shirts of it? Like, I'll make a specific shirt for people if they ask. But like, I'm just trying to make art. So like, I'm not trying to like take my time to like merchandise anything. You know what I mean? Like if people want something, that's cool. Like this jacket. Like actually, I went to an art show last night wearing this like art jacket,
Right.
and like people were tripping, man. People were like, "Holy shit, where
Yeah,
can I get
that's-
one of
that's
those?" You
dope,
know what I
bro.
mean? Like I never even got like that much. I rarely wear this thing out. You know what I
That's
mean? It's real
dope, bro.
colorful.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? But like people were tripping. You know what I mean? And the gallery owner was like, "Where can I get one of those?"
See?
I was like, "Just DM me." You know what I mean?
Right. Bro, that shit is dope though, bro.
But
You
yeah,
got-
so it's just like on ask, you know what I mean? But I'm not like putting it out there because I'm not trying to like ship a bunch of stuff out and take
Right.
my time doing that. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
let somebody else deal with that if they want to deal with that. I'm just trying to make art.
but that's also art too, bro.
Yeah, but it's not like painting or
Right.
like that's like, you know, I'm going on the computer, I need to order this, I gotta build it on the computer, and I'm like, oh man, this is just not shit I want to do for
Right.
like so it's just like more work and a little money, you know. But I'll do it for like close friends. I'll hook people up with
Right.
like with some gear and stuff, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, that's dope, bro. Damn, he's bringing out the. See, Josh like it.
I'm glad.
But yeah, so going on to that. So, how do you? Because I know you're very, conscious with the country and stuff that's going
yeah,
on.
man. I do post a lot of political stuff.
Right.
I'm
So
very shadow banned.
yeah, I mean, I know, but bro, that's good. You're like that because you know what I'm saying. Because you see what's going on. So,
I mean, I'm just trying to use. I've always been this way, man. Just trying to make people aware of what's going
yeah.
on.
So
That's it.
what do you think it's going to take to get this country back on track? Because it's going to the left. Just let you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird though. Like you also got like it's also like blatantly like okay for politicians to be like white nationalists. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Which that wasn't cool a few years ago,
Mhm.
pre-Trump.
Mhm.
So like, but then those fools have always been there.
Mhm.
They just weren't being allowed. You know? So it's
Right.
like we've always had like deep institutional racism. So I mean, I think, you know, people are trying to vote progressives in and that's like the goal, but man, like this country is like run by queens and queens, you know what I mean? And they're both ruling class. And
Right.
that's like what most people don't see.
Mhm.
That it's like you got this choice of illusion,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Where you have like Biden like detaining more people at the border.
Mhm.
You have Biden trying to pump 100,000 more cops into the country. You have fucking Biden like issuing more oil permits than Trump did. So it's like it's almost like this blue MAGA, but that doesn't mean Trump is any better because he's not. He's worse. You know what I mean? But
Right.
it's just like we're both voting for like the kings and the queens.
It's like
And
a
those are the
lesser-
Democrats and the Republicans. Like they're both ruling class.
Right.
They both don't want to give you free healthcare. They both don't want to give you education. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they just want to spend money on war. So I think it's about also realizing that and trying to create this other system, you know, instead of the two-party system.
Mhm.
Because like the Democrats also spend mad money kicking off third-party ballots off the ballot.
Mhm.
Like they're trying to make sure the Green Party isn't on there, so no real progressive gets in.
Right.
You know, and that's the ruling class. Neither one of these people give a fuck.
Mhm. So it's like it's just like the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, but
Which
that's all
evil
you
you wanna
get.
deal
That's
with?
all you get. So, but the lesser two evils isn't even lesser. They're the same evil, but one is a little more blatantly racist and one isn't blatantly racist.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And people are okay with less blatantly racist.
Do you actually think racism will ever go away?
Nah, maybe like maybe, you know what I mean? Possibly. It's like a learned thing. Like people brainwash their kids into it. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So it's like it's not like you're out in the world and you're like, damn, I hate this one race or something, you know?
I just think with there's a lot of mixed kids, and
I think eventually, you know,
I think it'll just dilute to the
Yeah.
point of you can't even categorize anybody no more.
Yeah, eventually, if we last that long, which
Yeah,
I don't
you
think
know.
we will.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
If we get to that point.
Yeah, maybe in another 1,000 years if the corporations don't take over.
Well, I mean, I think they took over.
They
Already.
did. They control the world.
They control everything.
I read actually the most amazing quote of my fucking life just recently,
Right.
and it was by Mussolini, dude,
Mhm.
Italian dictator.
Right.
And he said that fascism should actually be called corporatism, because all fascism is a merger of the government and corporate power together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we live now. Corporations make the laws.
Yeah. And
So we do live in that, you know what I mean? But like, it's not blatant where the corporations are like, we're the fucking superpower, you know what I mean? We're still under the illusion of government and democracy, which is illusion in this country also.
Yeah, because I think a big hit was taken because like even with like Roe versus Wade being overturned, and just stuff like,
well, dude, that's like they then you have like Obama could have like codified it, like it's all the same thing, yo. Like, oh, people don't even want to hear this, but like Obama like drone stroked a bunch of did drone strikes on a bunch of women and children, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like these people are all war criminals, dude,
Mm-hmm.
and they all don't want to give you free education or free healthcare, which you should be entitled to with your taxes.
Right. Yeah, and then I think it's getting to a point where the middle class is paying for everything.
Dude,
the lower class is
as
like
of 2008
disappearing.
we also have the same middle class as of Turkey and Mexico.
Right.
So like we're living in like a fake first world country, in a fake first world nation that has like third world like government policies and politics and structure in our system now, from the first like huge financial crash 2008 2009. So we've been living in this third world country for a minute. That who I think is my friend Jeff said that like America is just like a fat ass motherfucker with a fake Gucci belt. You know, and that's all America is. You know, it's got this fake Gucci belt that's like pretends it's a first world nation. You know what I mean? But it's just fat eating McDonald's and dying of cancer.
Yeah, bro. Come on now, McDonald's is a staple, man.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's like you said, it's so much just underlying stuff going on, and if you're not aware, you don't even see it.
Yeah, I think that's I try to make people aware, you know. But I'm not never forcing anything, you know. I'm just like, hey, did you know about this?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but that shadow ban stuff you talk about is real.
Oh my God,
it's
dude.
very real,
dude. It's insane. After this new algorithm jackpot I just hit, man, like oh man, I was at the all-time low of like posting and views, but like I don't care. I'm just gonna keep doing what I do.
Yeah, because I mean I've been shadow banned on YouTube.
Oh damn.
Because like, you know, like for instance, like my channel, I got like over 2 million views.
Wow.
So I get a certain amount of views per week, per month, and I know once something comes up and I know it's kind of controversial, and I notice the numbers are dropped. The shorts are it will be no views.
Wow.
They like totally like 86 your stuff.
Yeah.
And they probably put like they kind of like a patch on like 1 week or like they'll just nothing to fucking you'll get no numbers for nothing.
Yeah, dude.
Then next week it goes back to normal. I'm like, yo, it's crazy, bro. Like they watch everything. It's like Big Brother. Like
right now we're living in and like people don't understand that like we're in the same place that like the Chinese are or like the Soviet people are. We're under insane propaganda, dude. And like, dude, the NSA's been watching people forever. Like they've been locking up like whistleblowers, you know what I mean? Like America's not about free press, yo, or else they wouldn't be trying to extradite Julian Assange for just telling the truth about people killing innocent people in Afghanistan, killing women and children. That's what that fool's in prison for. Nothing else.
Right. Boy, it's crazy, bro. Like,
so yeah, they're trying to press down, dude, on all information that is about freedom and truth. You know, any kind of real information that doesn't fit the narrative gets X'd out. Some lady in Germany is being locked up for 3 years and got like her account like axed because she was in Ukraine in the Soviet Union, and she was saying that like the Ukrainians are like losing, you know what I mean? And the Soviets are like taking over, you
Mhm.
know, and like no one else is reporting this, and she was reporting it, and she's like getting thrown in prison.
This girl, man,
Because
look at the
because there's a lot of money going into Ukraine, and half of that money goes back to buying all the arms and defense, which are owned by all these American contractors, which all of Congress owns all these stocks and bonds in. So
right.
all that money, all that taxpayer money just gets funneled to other countries, which really just gets funneled in Congress's pockets.
Mhm.
And it's just like the war machine, man. It's just like the biggest seller, dude.
Yeah, because think about it, like
We just ended a 20-year war in like Afghanistan where we found out all this money was pissed away into nothing,
right.
into fake infrastructure. You know what I mean? Them literally building fake schools.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That never were meant to be used, because that's what they do. They blow shit up. They pretend they're going to go fix it. And all that money is just like defense contractors from America that are friends of congressmen's.
But you know what sucks too? It's like I'm glad you brought that up about the Ukraine war and stuff like that. Because of all that,
That's
now,
very political right
yeah.
now, man.
now we're going through this hella inflation thing where it's like you can see like eggs are fucking $11 and
Yo, dude, it's like literally there's sanctions on America, dude.
right.
Like I always tell people, dude, America's a terrorist country. That's a terrorist against the world, and it's terrorist against its own people, dude. That's why the police are shooting people every day, beating people up all the time.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's why they don't want people to unionize and have free healthcare and free education. They want you to be a slave for as little as money as possible. That's it, dude.
Yeah, they just want to keep you with a set amount and then just live off of that
Yeah,
and
just
then keep on going check to check like how they say.
check it, dude. You're literally just a battery till you're just tossed away, man. Like you got 60, 70-year-old people that working 40 hours that should not be working.
Yeah, it reminds me, you know what?
That
Like,
always breaks my heart, man. I'll go to like you go anywhere and they'll hire like some old ass people, and I'm like, oh man, these people shouldn't be working. That's brutal. Like this country's a dystopian nightmare,
Right.
man.
it reminds me of like you've seen
I'm a working class, like I come from working class. Like my aunts still work, yo, and they're like in their 50s, about
Right.
to be 60.
Right.
You know, and they're working like graveyard shifts and another job just to make ends meet. You
Mhm.
know,
Yep, like you ever seen The Matrix?
of course.
It's like The Matrix.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it is very much like the Matrix. People are just used as batteries.
The blue
That's
or the
all
red
it is.
pill.
That's like a metaphor for the Matrix.
Every time I see that movie, I'm like, damn, we're living in The Matrix.
Yeah, dude. And unless you get pulled out, you're just gonna be a battery.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean?
Does anybody know what their real life really is?
I think most people don't even enjoy their life. That's the real thing.
Mhm.
Like you got to just make the most of every moment and every day and do things that make you happy,
Mhm.
you know? Because like most people are living for tomorrow
Right.
and they're never here, dude. They'll spend their whole lives living for tomorrow, man, or chasing money thinking it's going to make them happy,
right.
you know? And then when they have that, they realize that it doesn't make them
Yeah,
happy.
then
And they
what
don't.
happens-
Yo, and I know
Right.
lots of extremely successful artists,
Mhm.
millionaires, billionaires.
Right.
You know what I mean? Miserable.
They're probably the most depressed people on the
Yo,
planet.
they're miserable, man. You know, I've come from nothing, so I appreciate
Everything.
everything, dude.
Right. Yep. But
Every little
you did
thing.
it the right way.
Just the way, man. I'm, you know, I'm Mexican. I come from a low income working class family. You know, so like I've seen my family have to work. You know, to take a vacation for a week or two every year.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah. So, you know, we could talk about this all
Oh,
day.
yeah,
But
all
so
day.
what? So what's new for you as far as like in the art stuff? What you got? What you got planned?
Damn, dude.
What's coming down the
At the
wormhole?
moment, I just painted this small mural for Bridgewater University, which
Mm-hmm.
is a university, really big university right outside of Boston. And they've had two other people paint this spot, but I guess it's also like this small area is used by the community as well as the school.
Yeah.
And the guy that curated the situation got so much feedback that he offered me a much larger wall, permanent wall. So
Oh,
I'm just trying
So
to
you going
come-
back?
Yes, maybe
Nice.
in the next couple months. I'll go home, rest for a bit, chill
Yeah.
for a bit, and then come back to Boston before it starts snowing or gets too cold, and come back and chill here for a bit too.
There you go. There you go.
So that's the only real big project at the moment. You know?
Are you gonna have any shows in the future?
No, I don't really have too many shows.
You don't do gallery shows?
I do, but I don't get invited a lot because I do a lot of political stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I speak on mine. I think people don't like that. So shows and galleries, it's all like politics, and it's like you got to be in the cool kid club to like get in there. But luckily, I have a really good manager that sells a lot of artwork for me, so I don't even worry about any shows or anything. I'm just trying to make what's in my heart, and then if it's done, it's done. If it sells, it doesn't. If it does, that's
so you basically just have all your stuff on the web. I think I saw your website before. Like,
no, it's all just Instagram, but like I have a print company, you know what I mean? I'll always have people hit me up and they're like, how much is this painting? You know what I mean? So, or like, can you do a mural? Or that happens quite often.
Yeah.
Luckily.
Because you said you're going to do a small one here too.
Yeah, somebody's backyard.
Yeah,
which is nice.
That's going to be nice, bro.
Yeah, it's good money for the small work.
That's dope.
Yeah, like when I was here last time, I also did somebody's like backyard. They had like an upper deck in Astoria.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I get a lot of love here. Luckily.
But yeah, so I guess, hey Josh, how we doing on time?
Good time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, because I don't. You good with the time or?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I know you're a busy man.
No, I'm good. I'm good right now.
You have museums to visit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to maximize my
you know
time,
what I'm saying?
man. I'm addicted to art, so I'm like just trying to like get it.
So what's some of your favorite artists?
Oh man, I'm like a really weird conceptual art fan. There's this one dude that is possibly like my most favorite artist more than anybody. This guy named Martin Creed, and he's like museum guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he won this thing called the Turner Prize by the Tate Museum, which is the biggest contemporary museum in London. They give out this prize every year to like what they consider to be the best artist. This guy won, I think, 2011 for this piece called Door Opening and Closing and Lights Turning Off and On in 30-second intervals. Really? And it's literally just a room where the lights turn off and on every 30 seconds and the door opens and closes every 30 seconds. But like the dude does a lot of stuff where he literally like takes a piss out of like the art world, you know what I mean? And he makes these art pieces that are very conceptual.
Right.
And like, it's kind of about that, you know what I mean? He's got some other like really interesting pieces where he'll just like crumble up a perfect, like a ball, like a piece of paper, and he'll just crumble up in a ball and you could buy it for like $300 out of an open edition, you know what I mean? And people ask him, they're like, how is that art? You know what I mean? He's like, I never said it was art. And he's like, I just make things, you know what I mean? So like this guy's possibly like, it's like it takes you to something else that isn't like the normal art piece. But I'm also like super into oil painters, like Renaissance artists like Caravaggio and Rembrandt, the old classic masters, which is like when I go to museums, like that's usually what I'm looking at is I'm checking out the painting.
Yeah, because I was asking you because we went to like 3 different type of museums and you were like cool with everything. Like
yeah. Well, it's interesting. You know what I mean? It's interesting, like what galleries push, what museums push, like what the narrative is, you know what I mean? Most of the time it's a little boring, it's a little bland, you know what I mean? But it's always interesting to me, like to see what's being made, you know what I mean?
What you thought about the cost thing we went to?
I'm a big Cause fan. People, some people aren't, but
yeah, they kind of.
I'm a forever Cause fan. I'm good with whatever direction he's going.
Right.
So. Yeah. So I love seeing the paintings and the sculptures everywhere.
Yeah, I think he does well, like because like implementing those toys and those figures and stuff.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I love it. I still love it.
Yeah, man. Because that's why I asked you because I just noticed, like how you said,
Dude, I own a bunch of Cosby
yeah?
toys that are worth ridiculous amounts of money.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, them, especially like the older ones.
Yeah, man.
Dude, talking about thousands of
I got a
dollars,
Boba Fett.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Nice,
man. I got some classics. Because I'm like super into Star Wars, and I used to make a bunch of political Star Wars art.
Right.
So like Star Wars crossover shit, it's like,
Bro, it's crazy.
You hooked me in, man. They're like, oh,
Yo,
what?
It's crazy. When that first course stuff was dropping, I had a chance to get a lot of it. And
I remember you telling me, man.
I just passed.
That's like buying Bitcoin for like $1.
I passed on so much shit, bro. And I look at the values of this stuff now, and it just kills me. Like, I'm like, damn, this is the stuff I just was like, no, I don't want that.
That's like buying a Danny Cortez piece a year ago.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. Price is going up, man.
Yeah, man.
Price
I
is
love,
going up.
you know what they say, yesterday's price is today's price.
Yo, he goes up.
I'm about to post that, man. So people know you got to get on that train.
Dude, he goes up like every week. It's like it's another
Well, man,
$1,000.
He's got big people, supporting him.
Yeah, man. So
I'm happy for him.
yeah, dude, like, even like it's crazy when I first met him and like he came on the show, whatever, and like we were just kicking it, bro. And I'm like,
He cool, but he's still so humble and down to earth.
yeah, but I'm saying like it wasn't like this, like, now
He's busy now. People need and people want him, and big people doing he's gonna set movie production design stuff.
yeah, because
You know
like
what
I tell him now,
Like
I'm
that's literally what the plan's next, you know?
Yeah, he's expanding because he knows the thing about Danny that he's very smart at. Like he knows that, the miniatures have a timetable.
True.
And then it's like, okay,
I
gotta do something
bigger
else.
thing on the table.
Yeah, I gotta do something else.
Way bigger things on the table.
So now I know he's thinking about doing a lot of 3D stuff, bigger stuff. And then he does.
Well, he did the DJ Premiere Boombox,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
he's presenting to him this week in LA.
Yep.
So
I was there for all that.
that's beautiful.
So I have video.
Beautiful. That's
and
awesome.
pictures. But yeah, like I was telling him, is like, what's next? And that's how I always try to challenge him. Okay, you're doing all this, but what's
True.
next?
True.
What is gonna make you separate from all the other artists that do miniatures?
True.
Tell them that all the time. Like that's how you gotta look at it, because these guys are looking at you, saying, "I'm better than him."
Yeah. Who is this guy?
I say, "Who's this guy? I'm better than him. Let me do this." So I always try to keep him challenged, like keep him.
That's good.
Keep him like, okay, yeah, you're doing a great
Yeah.
job
No,
now.
he's got his eyes set on the bigger picture, which is good.
Yeah, but yeah, man, like we got a piece right here, man.
So that's a beauty, right?
You know what I'm saying? That goes everywhere. Because when he gave it to me, we was actually at a show for a hip hop dude, Stove God Cooks. I brought him to a show,
Oh, nice.
and he was like, he pulled it out of his pocket. Because I was like, dude, you gotta give me something.
Yeah, I had it in his pocket.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, he said, I told him, you gotta give me something for my birthday. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna give you. I think I wanted a ice box, which I probably still get eventually, but. He was like, yo, I got an icebox right now. And he pulls out this little miniature icebox. And, I'm cool with Kes. Shout out Kes Gak, GAK.
Dude, oh, yeah, those are the East Coast legends.
Oh, yeah, man. And Ribs and all them, Coma.
Yeah, I'm
Day.
actually just ordered a bunch of little mini Free Humanity stickers that I'm giving Danny.
Yeah, man. Yo, it's crazy. And he gave it to me. He's like, dude, first I was just holding it. And then he was like, yo, you can have it. It's whatever. How it's Danny, so.
That's beautiful.
So yeah, so now it sits in my I got like a big cabinet full of like toys. And
Oh, yeah.
sculptures,
Nice.
types of shit, and sits in there.
Nice. It's
So
good home.
So it'll come out for this season. I'll have it out, because I'm supposedly gonna have him and Clayton on, who just texted me. Clayton Patterson, who does the hats and stuff. From the
No, I
LES.
don't know. Down here?
Yeah.
No, I'm not familiar.
Yeah. But I'm telling you probably, because he always is around Danny, so you probably.
Word.
So him and Danny are gonna come on the show
Cool.
soon. So it's gonna be cool, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get the backstory of that, because people.
Yeah. That's a good one.
People be like, oh, you got miniatures and stuff like that, and I also got a mailbox.
Man, I need the mailbox.
Yeah,
I'm
he
getting
made-
a Broadway and Myrtle sign made for me.
Yeah, he made me a mailbox, which was cool.
Yeah, those are the staples. The
Yeah,
mailbox.
Get a mailbox. I'm gonna get an ice box. The sky's the limit. You never know with Danny. He surprises you. But anyway, we're gonna wrap this up.
Word.
We're where can they find you? If you want to be found, I always tell people.
Use the easiest place to find me is just Instagram, Free Humanity, one word. I just started a TikTok, Free Humanity.
Oh, did
Art.
you?
Yes.
Did you? I gotta friend you.
I don't know who to follow, yo. So like
Yeah.
follow Danny, and I have this other company called Hempwick that sponsors me. They
Right.
like make this like hemp like string. So when you taking bong tokes,
Right.
us West Coasters, we're about the bong
About the
tokes and about
bongs,
the
right?
dabs,
Straight
yo.
hits.
Do right after breakfast. You know what I mean? We stay lit all day in the
Straight
West
hits.
Coast.
Yo, you got to, bro.
So yeah, man, I don't even know who to follow. But
Yeah,
I'm already catching a little traction on there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yo.
So mostly just Instagram's easiest place to find me. You know,
Yeah.
I like to stay private so nobody really knows who I am because I
Right.
like to still vandalize at my leisure.
There it is.
So as well as, you know, public art pieces for colleges. So,
He's still active.
you know, I'm active in the
You know what I'm
art
saying? He
world
out
and
here.
in the, you know, in the streets.
You know what I'm saying? He active.
Yeah,
So
I'm active.
we gotta keep our mask on.
Yeah. So yeah, usually Instagram, Free Humanity, one word.
Mhm.
DM me. I'm always watching that because
Mm-hmm.
that's where my business comes from.
Oh, nice. Okay. And you can find me on Instagram, Polo Parata, Super Podcast, on YouTube, on Facebook, on any podcast provider that you have now. Like I always say before we end these shows, if you want to get this episode, well, not the video. The video is not gonna be out for a very long time. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but the audio you can get today once I upload it on Patreon. If you sign up for the Patreon, it's only $5. You can get this episode. If not, you can wait till October. It's gonna be part of a whole big thing I got planned, you know, centered around Comic-Con. So, you know, you're gonna have to wait. Yeah, thank you for all the people that are supporting. Thank you for all the people that are buying merch. The merch is just a headache trying to keep stuff in stock, trying to get stuff to people.
That's a lot of work.
Yes, and it's only me. So thank you guys. Keep on looking at the shorts, looking at the videos. Yeah, we'll have an episode soon. I'm gonna get out of here. Ciao. Super Podcast. We're out.
Peace. Nice.